Welcome to SciResMethods, a short-form research skills series for graduate students and early career researchers. In each 4 to 5 minute episode, I walk through one concrete framework you can use right away, whether you're planning a thesis, auditing a literature review, designing a seminar, or crafting an elevator pitch. Let's get into today's framework. Every research project begins with an idea. Some ideas become important discoveries. Others quietly disappear because they cannot survive careful testing. So how do you tell the difference? A useful answer comes from the physicist Richard Feynman, who famously observed that it doesn't matter how elegant a theory is or how intelligent its author may be. If the theory does not agree with experiment, it is wrong. That simple statement captures the foundation of scientific research. Research is not about proving that your idea is correct. It is about giving your idea every reasonable opportunity to fail. If it survives those tests, your confidence in it grows. If it fails, you have still learned something valuable because you have eliminated one possible explanation. This way of thinking is very different from everyday argument. Outside of research, people often defend their opinions. Researchers do the opposite. They actively look for evidence that challenges their own assumptions. One of the most important concepts supporting this mindset is called falsifiability. A hypothesis is falsifiable when it can be tested in a way that allows it to be proven wrong. If there is no possible observation or experiment that could contradict your claim, then the claim cannot be evaluated scientifically. Imagine someone tells you there is an invisible dragon living in their garage. You look inside and see nothing. They explain that the dragon is invisible. You suggest spreading flour on the floor to reveal footprints. They respond that the dragon floats. You propose using a thermal camera. They reply that the dragon breathes fire without producing heat. Every possible test is met with another exception. Eventually, you have to ask an important question. What practical difference exists between an undetectable dragon and no dragon at all? This famous example, popularized by Carl Sagan, reminds us that explanations which cannot be tested cannot be strengthened by evidence. The same principle applies to engineering, computing, and scientific research. Before investing weeks or months into a project, ask yourself one question. What observation or experiment would convince me that my hypothesis is wrong? If you cannot answer that question, your research idea probably needs more work before you begin collecting data. Artificial intelligence makes this even more important. Large language models are excellent assistants for brainstorming, organizing information, and improving communication. They are far less reliable when asked to judge whether your scientific reasoning is correct. They often produce persuasive explanations that sound convincing but have not been experimentally verified. Treat AI as a research assistant, not as experimental evidence. Your strongest defense against weak research is still the same today as it has always been: a clearly defined hypothesis, a well-designed experiment, and the willingness to change your mind when the evidence demands it. That mindset is the real foundation of good research. Thanks for listening to SciResMethods. If you'd like the licensed PDF version of this framework, along with more research and presentation tools, you can find them at moonbow.lemonsqueezy.com. If this was helpful, consider sharing the episode with another grad student or colleague.